I saw this news flying that Vanguard newspaper carried it that court has actually proscribed the Lakurawa terrorist group as a terrorist group. All right. When I saw it, I laughed over it, and I had some things going on my mind, and I have some questions to ask. Okay, because this is not the first time that there have been terrorist groups in Nigeria. There are almost different terrorist groups, around 5 to 6 different groups that are terrorists in Nigeria right now, even as we speak. Okay, you can go and make research on that and discover that. The truth is, it's a good thing that they are actually proscribed. Yeah, proscribing them as a terrorist group is a good thing. But my question is this: with the northern Fulanis, the northern Fulani leaders, the northern elders, the northern politicians, will they accept this? Will they accept that Lakurawa group is actually a terrorist group designated as a terrorist group? Will they accept it? Will they accept it? Because this is the question. Because almost everyone knows, news has it, record has it there, that there are some prominent Nigerian politicians that actually imported all those terrorist groups. They started with Boko Haram. From there, they broke out into different ones. So some of you that is not aware, all those terrorist groups in Nigeria, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, the whatever, and this Lakurawa, they are all fighting for one agenda. The agenda is to fight for a Sharia state in Nigeria. And even as we speak now, if you check the north, it's already happening. It's already happening. You have a country that is called a secular country like Nigeria, and you discover that in some part of that Nigeria, they have another judge, they have another law, which is a Sharia law. So when any crime is committed, they will judge the person according to Sharia law. But outside that state, you go to another state, the person will be judged with a secular law. That is a double standard. It is a double standard. And this is why they are fighting. This is what they are fighting for. That is what they have come out to say that they are fighting for. They are all coming from the northern Nigeria, and they are fighting for Sharia government. The government there is already a Sharia government. You know, this same reason was why some weeks and some months back, you discovered that the news carried it that there is a mass movement of terrorists, mass movement of Fulani herdsmen, Fulanis, gun carriers, and all that into the western part of Nigeria, the Yoruba land. News has it. They were moving massively. And you discover now, we had another news that the terrorists now in the Yoruba land, they are already carrying out their agenda. They are carrying out their agenda. As we speak to you now, they are demanding that they have to have a Sharia court in Yoruba land, a Sharia court. The same thing they have been able to do it in the northern part, they want to extend to the Yoruba land. Listen, this video is actually for the Yoruba people right now. If you don't stand up, all right, for your right, if you don't stand up, there's going to be a serious problem. Use the north as an example. You know, there was a time that Nnamdi Kanu gave a prophecy. There was a time he was addressing something and he gave a prophecy. I can't actually remember or see the video again. He was speaking to Yoruba leaders and he said, reject evil so that the evil will not come to you. That the evil you did not reject now will come to you in time to come. Most of you will still remember this prophecy. Most of you will remember. Today, it is already happening. It is already happening. Oh, it is my turn. Emilokon, it is our people. That is not the matter now. The matter is Nigeria is not safe for those that call themselves Nigerians. There is an external influence. There is a target. There is an agenda to Islamize Nigeria. We have been saying this long ago, and many people are not paying attention. And the only way this thing can stop is when you say you are no longer interested about Nigeria. As far as the country remains one, they have already hijacked the system. They have hijacked Nigeria. This grand plan had been on ground more than many decades ago, and they are carrying it out one after another. They first of all conquer the Hausas. So very soon, when the Yoruba didn't stand up for themselves, you will now discover that the same Yoruba land, you will have a secular court and you will now have a Sharia court. By now, I believe they have a lot of emirs in Yoruba land because they have a lot of mosques, a lot of all that in Yoruba land. I'm sorry to say if you're a Yoruba person, you know, they have mosques, they have different people. You see a family of 4 that the father is a Muslim, the mother is a Christian, the other brother is a Muslim, the other sister is a Christian. A family is divided. This was how they entered the Hausa land and they conquered Hausas through religion. Through religion. You have to stand up and fight for your right. You have to stand up and demand for what is right. You know, when Boko Haram started that time, everybody was shouting. They imported that Boko Haram to come and destroy the government of Goodluck Jonathan. They tried. The man left government for them and handed over to Buhari, and they relaxed. From there, they started having issue with their leaders. You remember how those things happened, and some of them, they stopped paying them because they thought that the agenda why they brought them had been achieved. They refused to carry them back. They didn't pay them again, and those guys pick up arms because they didn't collect the arms they gave them. They started doing kidnapping to survive, to collect money. They turned that to business. From there, other group broke out. You know, they have issue with themselves. They kill Shakao at that time, and many people, news broke out, and a lot of people started saying, this and all that. And a group that broke out called themselves bandits. You discover that when they are making news, you're using the word armed bandit, armed bandit. It's the same people. From there, they change it. They say ISWAP, ISWAP, ISWAP. They are all terrorists. Now, the recent one that just developed is Lakurawa. Is all the same agenda. If you don't know, the word Lakurawa is a Hausa language. And what does it mean? It means stay here. It means don't go. It means stay or don't go. That is the word Lakurawa. It's a Hausa language. So that one is like an emblem to show you that the terrorists have come to stay and they go nowhere. The reason they have mind to do the things they do is because there are prominent politicians that are supporting them. Even to the point now that the current vice president that call himself Shetima, news has it on some time ago, that alleged that he is the sponsor of Boko Haram. Till today, nobody has done anything about that. Nobody. Some other guy said some time ago that terrorism and kidnapping and Boko Haram is a business. That if you temper Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram, they say they are one of the people that is holding Nigeria. That if you touch them, you have touched the government. So what does that tell you? So their name means that the groups have come to stay, that they go nowhere. They can still change their name from Lakurawa to anything, from Boko Haram to ISWAP to Bandit to Lakurawa, and it means that they go nowhere. All right. So we are still waiting to see what the government will do about it. Let's see how they can, put terrorism into extinction. Because the way this country is going, the truth is this: the country is already separated into different parts. Even the Fulani say they want to go, the Yorubas want to go, or the Biafra, is that what we are talking about? That one has been existing for a long time, and they want to go too. So what do you think about this whole matter? All right, please drop it right in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe, share this video.
Make Nigeria one. We don't break. Nigeria is not one, and it can never be one. We are different nations tied together by force. We should still be one country, but let everyone govern himself the way he likes. Are you hearing me? Let the Niger Delta have their oil. Let the East have their resources. Let the Yoruba people have their resources. Let the North have their resources. Let them manage their security. Give them state police. Let everybody guard his borders. Let everybody generate his economy. Why must you generate oil in the Niger Delta and take it to the north? Why must you generate IGR here, or the VATs, and take it to the north? That generate nothing. The 10 key northern states have Sharia. Sharia says no to alcohol. Sharia says no to tobacco. But alcohol and tobacco is what give us fat here. And you take the money from there to spend where you say you don't want, but you like the money. Fraud, fraud, fraud. Fraud, unfairness, injustice. Where did we sit down to make Nigeria 36 states? Where did we sit down? Nigeria was negotiated 3 regions: North, West, East. 1963 by plebiscite, Midwest came in. Where did we sit down and say we shall be 36 states plus Abuja, and the biggest one taken to the north? More local governments. Then we came with federal character. You are qualified, but from the tribe you came from, you can't be qualified. Now, you can't pass any law in that National Assembly without Northern approval. They are in larger quantity. Deliberately made so.